There are a number of indications that women quietly notice and admire you as an older man. And you are unaware of these signs. Have you ever pondered whether or not you are attracting attention without even being aware of it? It's easy to believe that our finest looks are behind us as we become older. When you look in the mirror, you can notice that you have wrinkles, gray hair, or a slower pace, and you might believe that people are no longer paying attention to you. It is a well-known fact that as they get older, many guys actually get more stunning, rather than less so. The indicators are frequently there for a considerable amount of time before you become aware of them. There are 7 subtle yet significant signals that you are a stunning older man, even if you don't see it yet. In this video, we will explore these signs along with you. Neither six-pack abs nor luxury suits are relevant to this discussion. They are about the calm confidence, presence, and charm that grow over time and cause people to pause and take notice without even knowing why they are doing so. It is not a coincidence if some of these things seem to be familiar to you. It is evidence that your appeal is significantly more powerful than you could ever be. Allow yourself to take credit for it. Until the very end, stay tuned in. As a result of the fact that these 7 signals will not only increase your self-assurance, but they may also fundamentally alter the way you visualize yourself from this point forward. To ensure that you do not miss any videos, I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. It's time to get started. Sign 1. A presence that is composed and self-assured. The manner in which others react to your presence, even before you utter a single word, is probably one of the most obvious indications that you are a stunning older man. This is not a loud or flashy item. It's not as simple as entering a room and demanding attention from everyone there. It is about the calm and collected vibe that you bring with you at all times. In situations where a man is confident in his identity and does not feel the need to prove anything, it is evident. Also, it is felt by others. When people enter a space, they halt for a moment. There is an innate tendency for them to create room, slow down, and pay attention, mostly due to the fact that there is something about you that is consistent and anchored, which speaks louder than words ever could. Both one's standing and one's appearance do not contribute to this kind of presence. Experience is the source of this. Having the ability to go through the obstacles of life, taking the hits, absorbing the lessons, and still showing up with grace is what it takes to achieve this. People find you magnetic when you are not easily rattled, when you talk with intention, and when you listen more than you interrupt someone else. These are the things that people find magnetic. The women in particular. This is especially true for younger individuals who are lured to the sense of stability and security that comes from having lived with purpose for a number of years. I would want to describe Richard to you. He is 74 years old and does not believe himself to be attractive. When he is not being asked, he rarely divulges personal information, dresses in a basic manner, and speaks softly. However, as soon as he set foot into his community center for a cup of coffee, the conversations immediately begin to gravitate toward him. People look each other in the eye. They have a grin while they wait for his opinion. They nod when he speaks. Even the youngest members of the staff linger. They don't always understand why, but they are aware that when he is around, they experience a greater sense of balance. Presence is what it is. That's a calm assurance in action. Amazingly, it is the case. There are a lot of males who are unaware of the fact that this energy is not a coincidence. Fostered is the word. It is the consequence of choose tranquility over pride, patience over reaction, and clarity over chaos as the guiding principles. What's important is that you sit in a comfortable position without fidgeting. A manner in which you move with a purpose. Simply by giving someone your undivided attention, you might make them feel as though they have been heard. There is no way to falsify any of this, and not a single one of it is overlooked. If you have ever been in a situation when someone thanked you simply for being there. On the other hand, If people have a tendency to relax when they chat to you, or if you notice that your presence frequently brings peace into a room, then you are experiencing the first symptom. It's not only because you're attractive, you are irresistible. Additionally, the world around you is aware of it, regardless of whether or not you are conscious of it. This is the second sign. Compliments on your appearance or grooming. When people, particularly ladies, comment on your style, your grooming, or the way that you conduct yourself, this is yet another indisputable indication that you are a stunning older man. At first glance, these compliments can appear to be modest. Someone has complimented you on your jacket, said that your hairstyle is quite stylish, or mentioned that you always smell very pleasant. However, those are not merely words of courtesy. Moreover, they are hints. People have told you that they take attention of how you portray yourself to the world and that they admire the care that you take in presenting yourself to the world. It is not about following trends or wearing expensive things to be stylish. Having a sense of self-assurance and knowing what works best for you are both essential. A clothing that fits you well, shoes that are spotless, a beard that is neatly maintained, or even just a signature aroma. The degree to which you regard yourself can be inferred from items such as these. As a result of the fact that your look represents the effort that you have put into being fully present, they also result in others feeling valued. Moreover, the quiet intentionality that it exudes is really appealing. Consider Martin as an illustration. Since he is 76 years old, he lives in a little town where people don't dress up very often. On the other hand, he has this impeccable method of dressing, which consists of a straightforward blue sweater and khakis. There is never a moment when he does not smell clean. His shoes are always spotless, and his hair, although being completely silver, is carefully done every month. It is not something that he makes a big fuss about, but the employees at the grocery store are aware of it, as do the women who attend church. So do his neighbors, as well. Even one of them said, "I don't know what it is, but you always look so put together. I don't know what it is." This is the kind of compliment that is not solely based on how people perceive your appearance. Your appearance has an effect on how other people feel about you. This symbol is exceptional because it reflects constancy, which is what makes it so special. You don't dress up for the sake of others, you do it for yourself. In spite of the passage of time, you demonstrate that you continue to care. And that kind of care is quite uncommon. It is appealing not because it makes an excessive amount of effort, but rather because it does not have to. The fact that it strikes a balance between ease of use and effort is what causes people to take a second look. I would appreciate it if you could use the second comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. The third sign is when women express warmth without providing a specific explanation. The manner in which women respond to you when you are not attempting to attract their attention is one of the most likely to be disregarded indicators that you are a stunning older man. The unplanned situations that you find yourself in, such as waiting in line, going down the street, or reaching for something at the store, are the ones that are significant. At the same time, a woman smiles at you, initiates a discussion with you, or appears to be unusually at ease in your presence. Despite the fact that these moments may appear to be unimportant, they frequently serve as subtle indications of attraction that speak louder than words. Because these reactions are so mild, it is possible that you will not notice it straight away. It's possible that a younger woman will make a query to you that she didn't actually need to ask. It's possible that someone will continue to talk for a little bit longer than is strictly necessary. It is possible to observe glances, modest smiles, or even light teasing, all of which are subtle means of effectively conveying interest without being overt. And while you would attribute it to a friendly demeanor, the reality is that it is frequently much more than that. It's her way of acknowledging something about you that makes you feel trustworthy, intriguing, and possibly even a little mysterious. Give me a moment to tell you about Thomas. He is 72 years old and was out looking for a new pair of shoes to wear when walking. In the course of his perusing, he struck up a brief chat with a woman in her 50s who was also present. There was no flirting, and there was no plot. On the other hand, when he thanked her and left, she continued the conversation by simply adding one more statement in order to maintain the connection. As time went on, she grinned at him from across the store as if they were longtime companions. His granddaughter, who had been watching, told him, "Grandpa, she was totally into you." Thomas brushed it off, but his granddaughter said it. The vast majority of guys fail to recognize moments like that. On the other hand, women do not devote that kind of energy to a person to whom they do not feel attraction. What you need to understand is that when a man exudes an air of uninhibited confidence, people are drawn to him in a natural way. Women are particularly receptive to people who exude calm energy and honesty. It gives the impression that you are not exerting too much effort and that you are already at ease in your own skin. This comfort also gives you a sense of being safe, present, and rooted in the world. That is extremely uncommon. It's a magnetic force. Yes, that is just incredible. Therefore, pay attention if you have observed ladies striking up conversations with you, laughing a little too easily at your jokes, or making eye contact and smiling even while you are simply going about your day. It's not just a matter of being courteous, in spite of the fact that you may not be aware of it yourself. That is a reflection of how others view you. The fourth sign, which is to make individuals feel protected and heard. When a man is able to make others feel safe on all levels, emotionally, psychologically, and even physically, there is something that is genuinely beautiful about him. And if you are someone who others appear to be able to get comfortable opening up to, or if people frequently express that they feel peaceful when they are around you, this is not a coincidence. It is an indication that you possess a particular emotional presence that is somewhat difficult to locate. The listener does not interrupt the speaker. You are not in a hurry to offer counsel until you are specifically asked for it. While doing so, you make room for the thoughts of another person without making it about yourself. The kind of presence that you have is not merely kind. It is just breathtaking. Women, in particular, are typically drawn to this. There are times when it is not about one's appearance, attractiveness, or intelligent speech. It is sometimes about how you make people feel about themselves. Do you make them feel comfortable when they talk to you? How do they feel about the fact that their comments are being heard and not evaluated? If this is the case, then you are providing them with something that is more helpful than congratulations. You are paying attention to what they are saying. In addition, one of the most desirable qualities that a man can offer is attention, particularly when it is given in a genuine manner. I would like to tell you the story of Leonard. As a volunteer at a community center in the area, he is 80 years old. One of the younger women who works there shared with her buddy that whenever she engages in conversation with him, she always feels better. She was unable to provide an explanation. What he said was not accurate, because of the way he listened. According to her, he gave her the impression that her ideas were taken seriously and that she was not being dismissed or disrespected in any way. The silent validation and the feeling of emotional safety are what many remember most about the experience. It continues to be a problem long after the talk has ended. Individuals will associate feelings of being recognized and valued with you if you are able to make them feel that way. You become someone they want to be around, not because you entertain them or amaze them, but because your presence brings tranquility to any situation they find themselves in. And calm in a world that is so noisy is quite uncommon. Because of this, you might notice that people are looking for your company, that they are discussing things with you that they are not telling other people, or that they are simply sitting quietly near you. As a result of what you do, they are not there. They accept you, regardless of who you are. There is no way to get this quality by exerting more effort. It results from maintaining a grounded, steady, and sincere interest in other people, as well as being completely oneself. One of the most obvious indications that you are significantly more attractive than you may be aware of is the fact that you possess emotional intelligence and a calm and receptive disposition. I would appreciate it if you could use the fourth comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. The fifth sign is that you are being sought out for advice or direction. It is a sign that your presence carries weight if people frequently come to you for guidance. Whether it be about relationships, careers, health, or just other aspects of life in general. And although at first glance it might not appear to be a compliment, it is, in fact, a compliment. When other people look to you for advice, what they are really saying is that they consider you to be someone who has lived, learned, and gained wisdom through experience. Additionally, achieving that level of trust and respect is not an easy task. It's not the advice itself that makes this recommendation so appealing. There is a serene authority that is underlying it. You are not attempting to exert authority over anyone or to teach them what to do. When you are asked for your ideas, you share from your own journey, and you speak with the kind of clarity that can only come from having experienced many different aspects of life, including both the highs and the lows. When others hear you speak, they are more likely to listen attentively because of your grounded understanding and your ability to convey just enough in precisely the perfect tone. It does not use force to attract them, but rather it does so with a peaceful assurance. Please allow me to tell you about Frank. He is 78 years old and has a reputation in his community as the person to talk to when life becomes too loud. He has been questioned by adolescents regarding college. Concerning marriage, he has been questioned by couples. There have been neighbors who have sat on his porch solely for the purpose of listening to his tales. Also, he does not give out answers like candy to the children. He begins by listening. As a result, he allows individuals to reflect. And when he does finally speak, it is not a particularly impressive one. Indeed, it is deliberate, measured, and significant. What makes his words and his presence so indelible is the fact that they are so memorable. When other people come to you for regular guidance or even simply a quiet area to think aloud, they are responding to something that goes beyond one's outward appearance. They find themselves captivated to the manner in which you carry your experience, the humility that you exude in your tone, and the respect that you demonstrate for the paths of other people. Many people want for that emotional constancy, that inner compass, and it is something that they desire, and they discover it within you. Therefore, if people frequently call you merely to talk things through, if you find that you are providing comfort without even realizing it, or if others walk away after a conversation with you saying, "I feel better now," you should not disregard it. It's not only that you're offering counsel, it is a rare offering that you are making. And one of the most obvious characteristics of a man who is truly remarkable is that he possesses a calm strength that is rooted in wisdom. Your sense of humor is the sixth sign, and it makes others laugh out loud. The fact that people, particularly women, laugh at your jokes, even the ones that are the most ridiculous, is one of the most endearing indications that you are a stunning older man. Laughter is a powerful emotional mediator. Furthermore, when other people laugh along with you, they are demonstrating more than just appreciation for the joke at hand. You are demonstrating that they take pleasure in your company, that they have a sense of security when you are present, and that they are drawn to the levity that you bring. It is common for the laughter to convey a great deal of information about how other people feel when they are in your presence. Even when the joke is well known or causes them to moan, it is not about being the most hilarious person in the room or delivering the perfect one-liner when it comes to providing this form of humor. It is about feeling warm. It is about a man who does not take himself too seriously, who is able to make light of the minute absurdities that occur in life. and who is able to make other people feel as though it is acceptable to relax, grin, and simply be. The ease of that is magnetic. The tension is relieved, trust is built, and people are reminded that even at the most peaceful moments of life, there is still a lot of joy to be found. Give me a moment to tell you about Harold. At every event, he tells the same 3 dad jokes, which has earned him a reputation among his friends and neighbors. He is 81 years old. Everyone is familiar with them. Everyone gives a sigh of irritation. All of them laugh out loud. How come? To put it simply, Harold's delivery is brimming with charisma. Perhaps more importantly, people take pleasure in being in his presence. It is possible that his jokes are not particularly complicated, but they are usually accompanied by a friendly smile, a gleam in his eye, and the feeling that he is encouraging everyone to take part in a moment of lightheartedness. People are not interested in the humorous ending. They come by because of the way he makes them feel. This sign is particularly potent since it demonstrates a level of emotional maturity when it is displayed. And someone who is able to laugh, particularly at himself, demonstrates that he is confident, open, and wants to connect with others. It is not necessary for him to impress anyone. All he wants to do is make everybody laugh. Moreover, it is precisely this honesty that attracts individuals. Forget about striving for perfection. What matters is the relationship, creating moments of joy that make other people want to stay a little longer, listen a little more, and remember how you made them feel is the goal of this endeavor. Therefore, if others laugh with you, even at jokes that you have told a dozen times before, or if they appear to brighten just a little bit in your presence, you should take this as a subtle indication of the impact that you have had on them. It's not simply that your comedy is hilarious, it's also reassuring. Moreover, the comfort that one experiences is a sort of beauty that makes an impression that lasts. I would appreciate it if you could use the 6th comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Now, let's take a look at it. Shall we proceed? It is still possible for you to catch glances when you are subtly flirting. When you still get those stares. The sort that stay just a little bit too long. The ones that carry interest or appreciation. This is, without a doubt, one of the most unnoticed but telling signals that you are a handsome older man. It's possible that women don't always communicate their desire in a direct manner, but their body language is very evident. A slight brush of the hand during conversation, a second look, a gentle grin, or a light laugh that appears just a little bit too eager are all examples of nonverbal cues. All of these are examples of subtle kinds of flirting, which many guys are unaware of or don't even realize are taking place. One might be shocked at the frequency with which it takes place. If someone is talking to you, it's possible that she is adjusting her hair or mirroring your body language without even thinking about it. One possible explanation is that she tends to find reasons to be around or to start a conversation about trivial matters. Despite the fact that they are not loud, these movements are deliberate. They imply a level of attentiveness that goes beyond the superficial civility that is typically displayed. It is not a matter of age. Having a presence, having a personality, and having that special magnetism that does not diminish but rather grows is essential. Please allow me to tell you about Charles. He walks to the neighborhood park every morning, and he is 77 years old, about 20 years younger than him. A woman began greeting him on a daily basis. The conversation began with idle chatter about the weather, walking routes, and mutual nods. Nevertheless, as time went on, she began to linger. She laughed even more. His pace was matched by hers. She eventually said, "You know, I really enjoy seeing you out here." And she did so one day. Not only did Charles not think it to be flirtatious, but those who were watching could see the symptoms clearly. It was evident in the manner in which she leaned in, the manner in which her tone became more gentle, and the manner in which she smiled long after the talk had come to an end. When it comes to these indications, many older men fail to see them because they have been conditioned to believe that their age renders them invisible. On the other hand, that is not even close to being accurate. In point of fact, it's possible that your age is precisely what some women find attractive. You have a strength in your silence, a depth in your stories, and a comfort in your presence that speaks louder than any youthful appeal could ever hope to. That energy is something that women respond to, frequently without even being fully aware of it. So, if you have ever noticed that someone is watching you from across the room, if you have ever been caught in lingering eye contact, or if a simple touch during a discussion felt like more than a coincidence, believe it or not, these are not accidents. These are the characteristics of a guy who still possesses gravity, who continues to attract attention, and who continues to stir hearts in ways that are subtle and indisputable. Lastly, some thoughts. Please pause for a moment as we get to the end of this video and think about the signals that we have discussed. Which of these seem to be familiar? Who among them took you by surprise? It is possible that you have spent the majority of your life not considering yourself to be stunning, particularly if the people in your environment do not frequently express this sentiment aloud. Nevertheless, the reality is that genuine attractiveness does not shout. In addition to being modest and understated, it frequently manifests itself in the manner in which other people react to your presence, your energy, and your soul. There is no need to chase youth if you want to be a handsome older man. Stepping completely into the man you've become with grace, humor, knowledge, and self-assurance is the goal here. Being aware of the fact that your worth does not diminish over time is essential. It becomes more profound. In addition, even though you might not always be aware of the impact you have, the people around you are aware of it. They are able to sense your consistency, your generosity, your insight, and yes, even your sense of hilariousness. They feel a strong attraction to it. It is not necessary to remind you to act in a different manner. When you are already magnetic, you need a reminder to continue being precisely who you are. This is because you are already magnetic. You have been through decades of happiness and suffering, as well as lessons in love, and all of these experiences have combined to form you into a very exceptional individual. I'll say it now, regardless of whether you've heard it recently or not. You are more appealing, more captivating, and more respected than you probably realize, even though you may not be aware of it. We appreciate you being here with us today. It would be wonderful if you could get in touch with us. Please leave a comment below and tell us about one item you discovered today and how you intend to put it to use in your life right now. We place a high value on your opinions, so please do not be reluctant to share them with us. Our inspiration and encouragement are greatly increased as a result of reading your remarks. I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it to be informative and enjoyable. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the future video.